Time on The All Out Show, author Helen Smith stopped by to talk about her provocative new book, Men on Strike.
What I saw with men is that men, they always say, have responsibilities, and women, a lot of times, I think, in our society, have a lot of privileges. It's almost like it's turned all around now. Not that men weren't responsible before, but it's almost like women hold all the cards now in marriage, fatherhood, and so many other avenues.
On Hate It or Love It, a wannabe rapper mixes it up with a caller.
Eric, yeah, I hate that shit. You're 30 years old. You gotta quit it, motherfucker. That sounded fucking awful.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
How your mom's doing? Oh,
she good, man. She's with my dying grandpa right now.
Good. Well, tell her I'm going to come over and smack that ass tonight, bitch. Next caller.
And today, the moment you've all been waiting for. We get the scoop on John's galactic cap adventure.
Charlie, is he going to be able to have sex with this woman?
Yes. Oral and vaginal.
So bad. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
I just got up and clapped. You don't even understand.
It is the finest, most pleasurable condom in the world.
And now, here's Jude with The All Out Show.
What was the author's name yesterday? Helen Smith? I got so much fucking hate from women for having her on, and so much love from men who are being gutted. And I stand by bringing her on. The statistics are there. The numbers are fucking there. And then there was these fucking stories. I got flooded. My DMs got flooded by dudes like, yeah, man, I'm going through the same fucking shit. And this isn't an indictment on women. It was like, she was talking about, it's not an indictment on women, John. It's just talking about some shit that's going on that's keeping dudes from wanting to get married or have fucking kids. The risk-reward shit is a little fucking uneven. So perhaps if you want to, I think it's in everyone's best interest to fucking fix that shit. Then you might be, ladies, you might be able to have that family that you wanted. And you're not going to have a guy that's super fucking gun shy because he knows he might get fucking gut stomped in the court system. Just throwing it out there. Might be good for everybody. It's crazy. People hate it. People hate numbers.
Where'd you find that lady? How'd that come across your radar?
There was this Christina Hoff Summers that did a book about like the feminization of boys. And I witnessed that firsthand. Like my hippie family tried to feminize me, and it didn't really work out that well. They would like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and being aggressive is weird. And I'd be like, yes, that's right. And then they would send me out into my neighborhood with this belief system, and I would get fucked up because no one else played by those rules. It took about 2 or 3 ass whoopings to figure out, like, hey, not everybody plays by these hippie rules. I'm going to have to learn how to stand up for myself and not use I feel when you statements while getting punched in the face. I feel alienated while you're punching me and spitting on me, sir. Yeah, so the book, if you missed it yesterday, Men on Strike, Why Men Are Boycotting Marriage, Fatherhood, and the American Dream, and Why It Matters. Helen Smith, Ph.D. What'd she get a doctor in? I didn't even bother to ask.
Psychology, I think.
There you go. Yeah, it's worth a read. Check it out. Even if you don't agree with it, just check it out. You might give you a different look on things. We had what? We could have taken calls. We could have taken calls for the rest of the day on dudes that got fucked over, right?
Oh yeah, there's a whole segment after.
And we were being even. Like I was trying to be even-handed, getting women and men on there, but it was just like fucking. It was crazy. It's crazy to hear some of these dudes' stories, man. Heart really went out to him. Psychologist out of Knoxville, Tennessee. PhD from University of Tennessee. They know how to read down there? John, this is a very exciting day today. Speaking of men and women issues, you got to go see a woman yesterday.
I did. There was a rather awkward rendezvous.
You got to try out the G-cap.
Something happened.
Oh, buddy, I cannot wait for this.
It was stranger than I thought it'd be. It really was. It's one of those things where you've, again, try to visualize what this will be like, and then suddenly you're there, and, oh, this is really happening.
Well, you recorded it.
Parts of it. Yes.
You recorded the putting it on part, you're talking to her and all that?
Right. And the taking off.
And then the taking off part.
Right.
All right, we're going to hear all about that in the second hour of this show.
Gardenia's a haul to get down there.
When you said you were taking a fucking bus to Gardenia, I looked at you like You're a fucking moron.
I had to bail on that, and then I had to Uber part of it.
There's a saying: penny wise, pound foolish. Pound as in a British dollar. Penny wise, pound foolish. That's you.
I'll have to look it up. I don't really get that one.
It means that you think that you're saving all this little bit of money. You do all these things as skimp, but ultimately it costs you more in the end.
Yeah, that's why
your cheapness is costing you.
That's why I got off the bus at some point and had to flag down the Uber.
It's like my sister. She used to take flights with connecting flights to save $50, and I'm like, now you're caught in Oklahoma City in a fucking snowstorm because you saved $50. Congratulations. Fucking just spend the extra money and get a direct flight. That's the dumb shit you would do. Can't wait to hear. Is she gonna get on the phone or what? I don't know.
Oh, say the lady. Yeah, she'll be with us.
For real?
Yeah, that was not easy, and we have to pitch her voice. So
all right, cool.
She'll be.
What's her alias name?
What was I calling her? Sandra or something?
Sandra.
I don't know why I chose Sandra.
Probably because it's your aunt's name.
No.
Fucking weirdo.
I was trying to think. Why did I choose Sandra? It just popped in my own. I'll call you.
Did
Sandra.
you suck your thumb while you were fucking her?
Oh, that's good. Aunt Sandra. Read me bedtime story.
It's not what it was like.
All right. Justin Hunt is coming up next. I'm sure he'll want to stick around and hear your shit.
I don't want that to happen.
Oh, he's welcome to.
Can this be a closed studio type of thing?
No way. Justin Hunt. Justin is like family.
Yeah, I know, but still, he's already losing enough respect.
We have a young female intern.
I really don't want her around for this.
Are you excited to hear? Where do you stand on having to hear John with his dick out on?
I'm really excited.
I don't like that.
This is what I've been looking forward to. I was like, please don't do it on Monday because I knew you were going to try to do it over the weekend. But then I was like, but I'm not going to be here on Monday to hear it. So I'm very excited.
I hope you. I mean, is that extra pressure on you if you failed in front of our intern?
Oh,
our young female intern, she's going to look at you like half a man.
It just adds more gasoline to this fire a little bit, where it's just one more little punch to the face.
He can't even look at us right now. He can't even look at us. Go ahead, look at her. Look at her.
It's my last week.
Look at Danica. Look at Danica.
What did I say earlier? You are not allowed to think less of me after today.
I won't.
All right.
I gave you dick pills. Did you eat them?
That's part of the story. I mean,
okay, all right. I can't wait to hear this shit. Justin Hunt is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It's the All Out Show. Let's get it, boy.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand. And now, here's the breakdown with Justin Hunt.
Did you shit the bed on that one?
I did.
All right,
that was me.
That made the air.
I thought it was a remix.
You was about to get a hater or love it, Just. You didn't even know. Justin Hunt is here, back from Vegas.
Fresh, recovered.
You can be honest with me. You knocked down any Latin chicks, or you knocked that shit any?
I did not knock down any. I've got to keep it professional.
Please film my face. Look at the disappointment in my face.
He's like, you should punch yourself in the face right now, Justin.
I know, bro.
I know.
Fuck's wrong with you? You probably got a girlfriend or some shit.
I definitely had a great time enjoying the ambiance, though.
Oh, that's great.
The Latin billboards.
Went to the candy store, didn't eat anything.
Try not to get cavities, man.
I ain't mad at that. So Latin Billboard Awards, now you're fucking stuck here with us.
Hey, we're back on the block. It's good to be here, man. Vegas is it's a little too rigorous to be regular.
Yo, I spent 5 days in Vegas, and it was, when I left, I felt like I was leaving Nam. Like,
right.
I was like, get me the fuck out of here, dog. Like, you never go to bed.
That is the truth. And, like, you know, it's just the fake version of everything, right? It's like the fake Eiffel Tower, the fake Statue of Liberty.
Oh, you like New York? Fake. Here's a fake New York for you.
New York, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're in this bubble, and that bubble is littered with alcohol and drugs and fake air and
You're right.
oxygen.
Yeah, they even put like the perfume in the air at the fancy spots and shit. It's fucking bananas.
It's crazy.
I mean, if you go off the strip, it's
poverty.
Vegas gets real quick.
Right.
Real quick.
I have a cousin who lives in Vegas. First time I went out to visit her, I thought it was my first time going to Vegas at the same time. I thought Vegas was all lights everywhere. Nope. 15 steps off the strip.
Yep.
It looks like Fallujah.
Yep. Pimps, a lot of pimps, a lot of pimping.
Right, exactly, man.
I remember I was staying out there. I did this movie, Vegas Vamps. I got killed in the first scene because I fucked the producer's girl. It was just, who was Latin? She might have been at the Grammys.
Maybe she
Who
was.
the fuck knows?
Latin billboards.
Yeah, Latin billboards. Anyway, I remember they had me staying at this shit hotel, and I ended up pulling a meth head from the lobby. I was coming on. I was off the strip. I was at some fucking off the strip club with just the grimiest of whores.
Right.
And I was like, I got to get out of here. And then I ended up pulling this meth head that had recognized me from Jenny Jones, and I took her up to the room and I stuffed all my money in my shoes and just fucked her with my fucking kicks on. Like, I just fucked her with my kicks on and put her out and then the whole time I just felt like someone's gonna bust in and rob me.
Was she like a veteran meth head, or was she like a fresh new meth head?
She wasn't like, she had all her teeth, but she was picking at herself.
Yeah. Were her gums receding just a little bit?
We didn't get that deep, and I took her from behind. So there was that. There was no missionary on this one. I didn't want to get that intimate. I didn't want to be like staring in the face of a fucking meth head.
How long did you kick it with the meth head after it was over?
Oh, I didn't even last. I'm gonna be real. I'll keep it 1 zillion. I probably lasted maybe 2 minutes in the pussy and kicked her out ASAP. She probably was it took her longer to get to my room than be in my room.
But she was a fan, man.
Yeah, she got the dick. And she can say, oh, I fucked Jude. He ain't shit in bed, but whatever.
That was nice of you, though. You spent more time with the meth head than I would have. I'd be like, oh, it's cool. Thank you. Yeah. Well, have a good night. I'm just going to go up here with the non-meth heads.
Yeah, that's the difference between you and me. It's like, I should have done that, but then something in me was just like, I wonder what meth pussy feels like. Like regular pussy, but methier.
Oh, man. That was like future hummingbird fodder.
Yeah. I think it's in that. I referenced that in Hyena, just so you guys. Yeah. So what do you got for me today?
We had some troubling news that was released on Nas last week. And so Nas was formerly married to Kelis. You remember Kelis?
I do. My milkshake.
Milkshake brings all the boys to the...
Do you know, my dumb ass brought my daughter to a hood-ass bar at like 3 to go see Kelis because I thought it was important that she saw Kelis at fucking 3.
You thought it was important to see that song? To see like Kelis as a artist? Can you get a 3-year-old into a bar to see a Kelis show?
I knew people, and or maybe she was 2. Like it was like when I got there, and this was like an infamous bar where people just got their asses whooped and shit, and like I get there and like I'm in the fucking. This is why teenagers shouldn't have kids. Like let's be. When I talk shit about like dumb people, I'm one of those dumb people. Like so, I get the kid in the bar and I'm like I want you to see Kelis. And people are looking at me like, are you fucking crazy? Like, you're in the bar with a toddler. And she met Kelis. And I was like, all right, I should probably go home now. Like, she didn't even get to see Milkshake.
That's probably the most age-appropriate one. It's a milkshake.
Yeah. I don't even think my daughter remembers. I'm going to ask her if she remembers me taking her to go see Kelis at St. Andrews.
There's no way she remembers that. You said she met Kelis, though?
Yeah.
What did Kelis say to her?
She was very nice, but everybody was looking at me like I was the worst father ever. And then it kind of dawned on me like, this is not a good thing for me to be doing. But you know when you're young, you're dumb, man. You do stupid shit.
Well, Kelis did her first interview in a very long time last week, and she spoke with Hollywood Unlocked Jason Lee. And in the conversation, she talks about her relationship with Nas. She accuses Nas of being physically and emotionally abusive and references some of the problems they had in their relationship. Says the only reason that she decided to divorce Nas was because she was pregnant, and she realized that she could not bring a child into this world. We have a clip from an interview that she did with Jason Lee. It's the link, the Twitter link that's in the doc, John, right under the Kelis section, the second to last section there. And we have a clip of her talking about it.
As soon as John finds it. Yep.
Yeah, right. Scroll up a little bit.
No, you're almost it.
Right there.
Yep,
That's it right there.
There it is, John. Good job.
Yeah, so you can press play on that.
Just click on that one. And
the pictures came out with that whole thing that happened with her and Chris Brown. And the only way I can describe it was like double dutch. Like, I felt like, do I jump in? Like, do I say it? Because I had bruises all over my body at that time. Like, that day, I remember being in Atlanta, sitting in the kitchen, and like, I was like, do I? And I was, and I wasn't ready to walk. I just wasn't. And so I didn't say it. And honestly, because I'm not weak and I'm not like, I'm really private. I don't like people in my business. I felt like, this is my partner. I chose this. We're going to do this. We're going to make it work. I stayed for years after that. And just, you keep it moving, you know? And like I said, I'm not frail. I'm not scared. I'm not weak.
So she was saying to Nas, I think there's really something to be said for keeping your private shit private. Like, and I agree with her. Let's say it did happen the way it did happen. Like, blowing shit up with the media is usually not the best way to resolve a fucking issue. We're not going to help. Like, ultimately, it's not going to help her family. You know what I mean? Like, I think she made the right call. If this is true, and unfortunately, a lot of times people are tried and judged without the evidence, but let's say this is true. Nas is the conscious, positive rapper. What does this do for Nas's legacy?
It's something we never really thought about in conjunction with Nas. Like, and truthfully, if you think about it, Nas's relationships have kind of been at the forefront of the music. You know, Jay-Z dissed him with his first baby mom, Carmen, on The Takeover, for example, talking about how Jay-Z hooked up with Nas's first baby mother.
Yeah.
50 Cent called Nas a sucker for love. You know, so we've heard that side of Nas in relationships. This is the first time I believe we've heard, you know, someone that he was married to, this close to, be this open about things that are this terrible. There's another part in the interview where she says that Nas was not only physically abusive, but he was also emotionally abusive. She says, I've been there, and it's not about allowing him to see his son. She says that Nas isn't the best father. He shows up when it's fun. He shows up when it's a good photo op. He shows up when he feels like he needs a snuggle. So, you know, Nas as a partner and a father is coming under fire from Kelis, his ex-wife, and the mother of his child.
And he was having a problem with the child support shit too for a minute there.
Right. Now they've apparently settled. They've settled the case. They were going through legal custody battle for a long time. It was
pretty fucking high.
Yeah.
It was pretty high. The child support was pretty fucking high.
Right.
It's tough. That I always say there should be. There needs to be a fucking ceiling, and then anything else is up to the discretion of whoever's paying.
What's a fair ceiling?
I would say whatever the government gives to somebody on welfare per child.
Well, that's a bit disconnected from, you know, the lifestyle, right? Like, if
I don't think lifestyle should come into. I think that whole lifestyle thing is a bullshit argument. I think it's how much do you need to support? What's the bare minimum to support a child? And then anything else is up to the paying parent's discretion.
I think that also brings into question, and I don't know this for a fact, but the question of whether welfare, you know, meets children's needs as it is.
Well, I think
because that's something that fluctuates over time depending on a number of variables.
Well, I guess the point is the government has decided that that's how much you need to raise a child, except for when it comes to their money. But then when it's someone else's money, it's like, oh, fucking 20 racks a month. It seems about right.
So you think it's a good idea for the government to dictate how much it costs to raise someone?
They already do, is my point.
And you think that, you know, from a custody standpoint, though, it's like because once you set that same limitation, now it affects so many more people who aren't necessarily even on welfare, right? Most marriages end in divorce. So you're probably talking about half the people in the country are going to go through this to some degree.
Yep, and they should get the whatever the government thinks it costs.
So we're farming that out to you think the government's the best?
They already are doing. The government already is doing it, but they're much more generous with other people's money than they are with their own.
What about things, because I think about it, the closest I can think about something like this is to the process I was going through when I was going to college, right?
Okay.
So you have like student loans and you have financial aid, and financial aid is based off of how much your parents make or don't make, right? So how much your parents can afford to send you to college. A lot of times will determine how much financial aid you'll be able to get from that institution. That's based off of a number of public, sometimes governmental factors. That doesn't necessarily include things like debt to equity ratio, right? So
I don't even know what that means.
It just means that college is still expensive regardless of what these numbers say. So in a sense, it feels like by doing that, by pegging it to, welfare or whatever the government says, you're kind of creating a generation of deadbeat dads. That you're kind of saying, hey, the government said I don't got to pay this. I don't agree with your mama, so whatever it is.
If the government has decided that that's how much it costs to raise a child, then who am I to argue? Like up welfare. If like that's it, and it doesn't mean that the guy can't pay more or take care of more. And often you see fucking dudes doing. I remember one time I got in trouble for fucking. I had broke my neck and I was laid up and got behind on child support because I had a fucking broken neck, and they came and arrested me while I had like it was right for my kid's birthday. I had a whole trunk full of presents for her and shit like that. So sometimes things are a bit more complicated than just because someone isn't keeping up on child support does not necessarily mean that they're not looking out for the kid.
A lot of that has to do with the mother as well, though, right? Whether or not you're penalized for missing child support, right? The mother has to kind of report to something. I'm asking. I haven't been in this situation, but like, so did your
no? You send it into the front of the court, and then the front of the court sends it to the mom. So they keep track.
So the government. So if you send something late, the court penalizes you.
Yeah, the court.
And there's nothing the mother can do.
And the court's getting their cut too. Like it's just. Hey, I don't think kids should be lotto tickets. That's all I'm saying.
I definitely think that there's a lot of good things that can be done through the government. I definitely don't think that there should be a standard welfare ceiling on child support.
So you think?
I think that if the parents can afford much more than whatever welfare is, which I think probably is most child support. I'd imagine most child support cases, just given the number of divorces we have in this nation. I'm just speaking off of, full disclosure. But if the person can afford much more, and all you're saying is, just because
I can afford more doesn't mean you are entitled to it.
Well, it's your child.
My child isn't entitled to it. But my child is entitled to have clothes and shelter. But it doesn't mean that they're entitled to live in a giant fucking house and have all the toys they want.
Well, I think
it's up to me. It's my discretion.
I feel like that's a separate conversation, right? Like, I think there's a huge gap between whatever the welfare ceiling is on child support or welfare floor, ceiling on child support and living in a huge house and a bunch of clothes. Like, there's a huge gap in between there that I think most people probably would fall into. And a lot of fathers, if they didn't have to, would give much more. Because I don't think welfare does that great of a job of housing and clothing people. And it's something that fluctuates over time depending on a number of other factors. So if a bunch of politicians one day show up and say, hey, we don't want to do anything for this. We don't want to put anything in welfare anymore. If you want to change HUD housing or whatever. Now, that's even less. That's guaranteed to a generation of people.
I guess my point is the government has come up with a number that they said that's how much you need for a fucking per child. They've come up with this number, and I just want them to be consistent. That's all I'm saying, is just be consistent. If you say that's how much a fucking kid needs to survive in this world, and that's what you're giving them, then why should Justin Hunt have to pay more?
I think I'd be more comfortable with like a percentage of whatever that person's income is.
No, fuck that.
And I think that percentage is more indicative of the resources that you have available to live your life.
Why is someone entitled to a percentage of your money?
Because they didn't choose to be here until you emptied your balls. You have to take care of your kids.
Yeah, but
I don't think welfare necessarily is the best way to take care of a person. I don't think that welfare, a government number, a generalized government number, is going to be necessarily enough.
But yet
to take care of your kids.
But yet the government decides what the number is that you use to take care of your kids.
They take a number of factors in other than what everybody else, other than just what general welfare number is. Yeah, I definitely think so.
All right.
I mean, and in a sense, it's really a legal case, right? Like, all this could be avoided by staying together.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear where you're coming from. I just don't like the idea of a judge telling me what I have to pay for my fucking child and coming up with some shit based on a percentage of my income based on what the fuck my income is. Seems a bit ridiculous. That's all I'm saying.
I definitely think there's a huge gray area, and I understand. Like, I don't think you need $30,000 a month in child support, right? I like the Chris Rock joke. When Chris Rock was
but that's kind of based on your percentage argument.
It's percentage, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I don't think.
If someone's making millions, then a percentage would be $30,000 a month.
What I'm saying is that I think that percentage should be reasonable depending on person's income. Like, I do actually think that. So if it's like 5% of whatever it is, 8% of whatever it is, 3%, whatever it is, that's a number that fluctuates depending on the person. And I don't think that it should be able to encroach upon someone's ability to continue to make a living, to go to work, to get injured, and all those kind of things. Like, there's another way to imply a percentage rather than the most egregious numbers on both ends of the spectrum. I think welfare is too low, personally. So I know a lot of people on welfare now who are together and they still have a problem raising the kids off what welfare provides.
Right.
And so I think that disenfranchises a number of kids and a number of fathers. Like, I don't think people should be off the hook, which is kind of what that does.
I don't think it's off the hook. I'm just saying that the government already decided that's how much it costs to fucking raise a child, so therefore just be consistent. That was my argument. If welfare was higher, then fucking pay with it, whatever the fuck that is. That's all I'm saying is they've come up with a number that they're willing to break bread to help raise a fucking kid, but yet your number is going to be different. It just seems like if you want me to come up with a number, that's the easiest number to point to.
I think that number is a number that doesn't affect enough people. You know what I mean? Here, and I say that specifically thinking that, like, look, you're talking about, most people talk about the government does nothing right, generally speaking. Everyone complains.
I do. Yeah,
people complain about the government all the time.
Yes.
Government is terrible, doesn't do a good job in nothing. But when it's time to take care of a kid, let's go with what the government says. To me,
we already are going with the government says, and they're fucking gouging dudes.
No, you're going with what the courts are saying, what the judges are saying.
What is the court but the government?
That a lot of times can depend on
they're the hand of the government.
That can have that you have an opportunity to argue. You can go to court with your lawyers. You can sit up there and make an argument why it should be one way or another. If you just go with whatever the welfare number is, well, that number just gonna stay the same. There's no arguing anything.
It's up to the dude can always give more. The guy can give more. I feel like it's up to someone's discretion.
I have yet to see that work. I've yet to see this idea that, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give somebody money and they're gonna give it back to me later. Hey, I don't have to. No one has to pay anything, but if they want to, they'll pay more. I've never seen that work. I've yet to see that. I don't think charity, treating your kids like charity, is a way to raise a generation.
I don't think treating your kids like a fucking lotto ticket is a way to raise a generation either.
Well, that's between you and the baby's mother. That's not your kids. The kids didn't want to be here.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Low Life.
What's happening, home?
What up, though, man? It's been a minute.
I know it, man. We still out here. But look here, boy. You are absolutely motherfucking right, man. I mean, these whole UD churn to come up on. Like this bitch, Kelis. If you notice, this bitch ain't made another motherfucking tape since she had that damn baby from Nas. You know what I'm saying? That bitch ain't went nowhere and signed an autograph or nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I was him, you know what I'm saying, I'd kidnap my damn child, you know what I'm saying, or something, you know, because that's a dirty bitch. That nigga was paying that whole like 20 grand or 30 grand a month. Who the fuck needs that? Bitch, I work a real job, and if a bitch don't pay me 20 grand, I wouldn't do shit. I could raise my whole damn tribe off that, you know what I'm saying? And here she need that for one child? Bitch, you crazy.
I think he really said my point very, very nicely. All right, let's get back to the whole Kelis deal. We kind of got sidetracked with the whole child support thing. All right, so we got Kelis, and we have the accusations of abuse by Nas.
Right. Yeah, she also claims that he cheated on her the whole time, but
of course, come on.
But that wasn't the main reason why she divorced him.
You fuck a ball player or a musician, like someone could play guitar or some shit like that, just you signing up for Mercedes and herpes. That's all I say. Like, you already know what you're gonna get. Like, come on now.
You know, it's
show me a faithful fucking musician, and I'll show you a eunuch.
Man, you know, it's funny. Nas hasn't said. He hasn't come out in direct response as of the research for this segment here. He did post on Instagram yesterday. It was a photo of him and his son playing at the beach. Said, "This is what it's all about: pure peace and pure love, pure happiness." Fathers and sons. I don't know, man. Like, you know, relationships are tough, you know, and you have to really focus on them. It has to really be a partnership. It can't just be somebody that you're hooking up with 3 times a week and you don't want them to hook up with nobody else. I do think that there's a line to cross when you come to things like abuse, physical and emotional abuse. Alcoholism was something that Kelis mentions in this conversation that played a role in their relationship heavily. A lot of alcohol, a lot of weed. That's what she says.
Is it tough being so, like, we often find the most positive rappers, or not just rappers, positive people. You see it in ministers, politicians. They speak out against all this shit, and they're the most human of us all. We find them, you know, allegedly beating their wives. Even fucking Nas, the whole fucking that song Poison. Hennessy dope, but yo, it's poison. Now he's the fucking voice of fucking Hennessy. Like, it seems to me like the more righteous you are, the more human you are when really looked at under a lens and really look at it tightly.
I think we all have our faults,
yes,
right? And I'm more upset with hypocrites, right? Like, I don't like people. Look,
if all this is true, is Nas a hypocrite?
I'd have to say so. I mean, I think he's been very. I'll say this: I can't point to. I mean, I feel like Nas has expressed a number of positive things about women in his music, especially in everything after Nostradamus, right? I feel that way. I can't just quote everything Nas has said over the past 15 years or so. So I tend to think of him as the person I know through the music. Now,
how do you, and what, like, I think of, like,
I think of songs like Poison, he's always he talks about uplifting.
I know I can do anything, like all of this shit, you know.
Now, he did make Ether, but that was still personal.
I know I can put hands on my wife.
He's got that song, the song where he talks about standing by the door with a shotgun with his daughters. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I think about those kind of songs. Now, I don't think that excludes him, would exclude anybody from making mistakes, from being abusive at different points in their life. You brought your 3-year-old daughter to a Kelis show.
Yeah, I was awful. Like, I was a bad parent.
DHS got it. DHS had heard about that. That would have been a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the basis for who you are as a person throughout that entire time in your life, but you definitely made a mistake, and you've admitted as much.
Yeah, I was a fucking teen. I was a teen parent. I that's like one of the knocks on teen parents. Like, we're fucking idiots. A lot of times, like, you can just see the child's name, and you're like, wow, that was a teen parent, came up with that fucking name, didn't really think that one out.
Right.
Fucking.
So I think we're all entitled to those moments. Now, when you start judging other people, you start putting people down, pointing fingers, and you're still in the middle of doing those things, that's hypocrisy. That's different to me. That's more problematic, and that's where I kind of draw the line. Right? I don't know if how... one, I don't know if these accusations are true. If they are, I don't know if Nas has been this way in relationships beforehand or afterwards. And if he did have an alcohol problem or a substance abuse problem at that point, perhaps he got help over time, and now his whole constitution has changed a bit. I think that we all are willing to. We're at a chance where we can grow past things.
Someone called up and said Nas's baby mom wrote a whole book about this shit. Like, is that true? Like, I didn't read the book. I didn't read the book. We're talking about
Carmen.
Yeah, I didn't read the book either. It's really hard. It's really hard when one person comes out and speaks on another person. Like, they can't defend themselves. Look, violence in homes is fairly common. People abuse one another. But it's quite possible that Kelis is. I'm not disregarding what Kelis had to say.
And I think this is very different than, because you raised a point about, some of the purest people publicly are the ones who are doing the most dirt. Like, to me, this is different than like the Catholic Church, right?
Or the anti-gay guy that's getting butt fucked in the fucking airport.
Exactly. Like the priest who's been molesting kids his whole life. The guy that's in the Vatican right now that's on trial for molesting kids for like 60 years or something like that. Like, to me, that's different. One is it's hypocritical on the micro, but on the macro, it's being covered up and supported by an institution, right? Like, it's the way like the NFL covers up CTE and concussions, like.
Yeah, because they're looking out for their own best interests, like long term, like it's fucking with their money.
That's the most dangerous thing.
The systemic cover-ups of this.
Because that's what gives people protection. That's what gives people the feeling of invincibility where they can continue to inflict harm on people for the rest of their lives.
But one could argue that a musician has such reach. Like, I don't know about you, but like musicians have really helped me form the way I think. So it's kind of like, it kind of crushes you when you're like, damn, dog, like, I was really behind you on this, and that, and then turns out you're human just like me, and you're probably even more flawed than me.
Like R. Kelly, right? I think he's one that would fit in that box for me. Growing up, R. Kelly's music was ubiquitous. Every album that came out was all over the airwaves. I was a huge fan all the way up until that tape came out. And then I was like, man, R. Kelly kind of grimy. And then I grew up and got a little bit more mature, and I'm like, man, that's predatory, man. Something needs to be done. And here we are like 14 years later. And now he's still doing it. Yep. Hashtag mute R. Kelly. Like, that to me is one where you not only take, the gifts you've been given and the positive things you've been able to put out in the world, and you're abusing them and you're manipulating people with them. It's like if I was in the lobby of a hotel and I met a meth addict who saw me on Jenny Jones, and like I took a long walk with her to the hotel room.
I feel like
and then kicked her out real quick. That'd be kind of like messed up.
What are you talking about? She got the dick. She got the dick. I didn't promise her anything else than that. I wasn't like, we're going to fucking settle down after this. I'll buy you all the meth you need.
Right, that's true.
Here's a light bulb.
That's
smoke off of this.
She got a nice memory.
Yeah, she got fucking,
She could tell all her meth friends.
She got some of this pink dick and fucking pat on the back. Good job. Good job. You took it.
Man.
We gotta bounce, because you want to stick around and listen to the John thing, or do you got shit to do?
Yeah, definitely want to hear the John thing.
All right, so we got the John thing. Hey, can we go to New York and take some of these phone calls for on demand? We got a bunch of calls that want to speak on all of this, but we're running out of time. So let's play some music. We'll take these calls on demand.
Yeah, we're gonna see John with a prostitute.
Oh, buddy, a special lady. All right, 888-742-3345. Let's go.
Peace.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, Shea 45, we are now. This is for On Demand. If you're listening on demand, just you get to hear this. Congratulations. Let's go to Shauna in Virginia. We had a whole child support discussion. A lot of people are affected by this, and a lot of people wanted to weigh in. Let's go to hey, Shauna.
Hey there. I think that child support is definitely favorable towards the women. I think it's a fucked up system. I agree with you as far as the cap. It shouldn't be where because you make a certain amount of money, you get more money. Kids do grow, so they have needs as they age, but I don't think that women should be sitting around living on the child support either. Get a fucking job.
That's all right. Let's. Do you got anything to say to that, or you want to keep taking calls?
Do you think welfare is the right ceiling for that?
Welfare is the right ceiling because even with the welfare system, they profit off of broken families. Because if they really cared about the family, all the money that they collect will go to the child. It doesn't work that way.
And look, and I'm willing to adjust the figure, but what I'm saying is just maybe hold the father to the same standard that the government holds itself to. I don't think it's fair. I'm not saying that welfare is good. I'm just saying that it seems a bit hypocritical that where they're like, oh, this is how much you need to raise a kid. Except for in this case, it's a percentage and the kid's accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
Would you agree? I want to see what the caller thinks. Is the caller still here? Or did we drop her?
No, Shauna, go ahead.
Do you think that, I think a lot of this is based on the idea that there's a perception or reality that a child's relationship with their mother is more important, especially at birth in the early years, than it is with their father. To me, that feels like where the discrepancy is.
Well, that's because all throughout society, the black man, white man, whatever man, the man is somewhat villainized when they're not married. Like when it's not love marriage and the baby carriage, men are given like the bad name. And so I think for me, child support is less important than an actual relationship. And I think a lot of people get caught up in, well, you're not with me, so I'm going to make you pay through the child.
That's a really good point. A lot of these women are okay with getting nothing as long as that man is giving them something. But the minute it goes the opposite way, then I'm taking you to court. It's definitely not a fair system. And I do think there needs to be some type of intervention or regulation, because if you're going to tell me that I have to give a percentage of my pay as a man, then I get to say what it's used for. I don't want to pay your car note with my child support. I don't want to pay for your bundles or your nails to get done. It should go to my child.
How's your
college fund or some type of system where they can see what it's being used on, so it's being used appropriately. But it's definitely not fair. Now, as far as Nas and Kelis, it's unfortunate that this is all playing out in the age of social media. Your shit is magnified to the world. But at the end of the day, the child comes first, or the children, however many they have. That should be what's most important. This airing of the dirty laundry is not cool. If she didn't need this money, would she have told us that they were fighting each other? Probably not. So that's my opinion.
Thanks, Shauna. Yeah, like we're on the wave of like everybody coming out with their story. So,
I think some of it does impact lifestyle, right? If you have a child, the baby is 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. Mama's taking him to school. Mama's picking him up from school. Mama need a car. If mama don't have time to put in 40 hours a week and take the kid to school, well, now that money's still going to daycare.
You can get a Toyota for cheap. Use Toyota for cheap. You know what I mean?
Mama needs some gas. Mama needs some,
here's
food.
The other thing.
I don't think mama needs a Lexus, but some of that child support money's got to go to things that this kid will need.
Well, the other thing that we're not even addressing is how little rights men actually have to their child. Like, I think 80% of the custody goes to women.
Right.
So it's like, or let's say you have a booty call or some shit. You get her knocked up. You have no choice in the matter on whether or not you have the child. And then you have all the responsibility on raising the child, and you have a fucking fist fight on getting custody of the child. So you get to take on responsibility with none of the benefits of being the father, and that needs to be adjusted.
I definitely think that we have the option of not having that one night stand. I definitely agree that things need to be adjusted, right?
Yeah,
but I definitely do. I personally believe that especially in those early years, a child's relationship with their mother is very, very important.
We're also
you breastfeeding. I ain't breastfeeding.
You're right, but we're also seeing the effect of like kids being raised without men in their lives, and it's like there's a reason why a man and a woman. It takes a man and a woman to make a child. It takes them to raise a child as well, and the system at hand seems to set up in worst case scenarios to alienate one of the parents. Most of the time, it's the father.
I definitely agree with that.
Let's go to Amy, another woman. Go ahead, Amy.
Hey, Jude, Justin is he's so off base. I feel a man should not have to pay more whether they were in a relationship or not. I totally agree with you, Jude, that a man should have equal rights as a woman, and why should he have to pay more? If there's a standard across the board, baseline pay for a child to be raised, sufficiently, why can't a man keep his money just because he might make more or whatever? There's no reason why he has to give her money for that. She should be able, if she wanted to have a baby, she should be able to sustain that child herself. And when that child is able to go with his or her father, guess what? Then daddy gets to spend his money on his child.
Does mama pay daddy at that point?
Her to spend on the baby. He gets to be the man in his child's life and show them who he is and what he can provide for them, what he can do with them, and he can have fun. Because half the time men give women all this damn money and they're left with nothing. They can't do shit with their kids.
Does mommy get to pay daddy once the baby goes with daddy?
He has to give more money just because he might make more.
Wait, I'm sorry. Does mommy get to pay daddy once that baby goes with daddy?
Hey, if baby goes with daddy, then it should be the other way. Because I'm almost 42 years old, and I know I don't want children. I know that I do not want to have a kid to rope a man in or anything like that. I want to be happy, party, have fun. I want to do whatever I want to do. So that doesn't include a child in that. So if you have a child, you better be ready to settle down and take care of that child, whether you are a man or a woman. And no one should have to pay more or less.
I'm definitely happy with mamas paying daddies. Because if we're going to make all things equal, somebody still needs to contribute. It's not only the father's no longer only the breadwinner in any of these situations.
Well, these are like these are rules from the 50s and shit. Yeah,
mama need to go ahead and start paying that gas money.
Look,
I'm
here's
waiting
the
to
deal.
hear what women say that.
Man, I'm for joint. I think it should start off joint custody. Like I think it should start off 50-50. And then you go from there. And then if it's 50-50, then we don't need to be paying one another. Like, money doesn't need to be fucking... A lot of people are making a lot of money off of this system. There's a lot of social workers. There's a lot of fucking judges. There's a lot of clerks. They're making a ton of money off of this fucking shit. If you just did 50-50, and then we can go from there if there's a fucking problem and allow grown-ups to be fucking grown-ups and figure out how to raise the child the best they see fit, I would be in favor of that. And then if it needs to go to the courts, then it can go to the fucking courts. But it doesn't start off 50-50, and we run into problems like we've been speaking on.
I definitely think that there should be... I mean, I don't know. I guess like when you guys had your kid, right? Did you guys go to the courts right away, or was there some time before?
It was funny you were saying that. Like I was doing some hustling and I was breaking her off. Like I was hustling and taking care. And then when it was time, like I ain't had nothing on the books. So like the child support was way less than I was giving her. And I was like, you want to put me in the system? All right, there you go.
So she put you in the system.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just like,
looks
all
like
right.
the system go both ways then. Looks like it can go both ways sometimes.
Yeah, it was.
Did you pay? Were you still giving as much after once the system said that you could pay way less than you're paying now? Did you pay less?
Yeah, I was disgruntled that she put me there.
Now
I was like,
in the example,
I was like, fine. That's what they told you. You was doing so much better before we brought the courts into this.
In the example you gave earlier, you said, okay, there should be a minimum, then people have the option to pay more.
Yes.
Right? And once that went in the other direction, you didn't pay more anymore.
But that was out of disgruntledness. But then I came back around and took care of other things. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm with you, but the whole point is the only person there that suffered or felt the difference is the daughter.
Yes.
Right? The child. Well, and the child is the one that's not part of the gamesmanship of the relationship.
Well, the thing was, I just took care of her on my own. Like, I would just take care of shit on my own and send her back with things instead of giving. It wasn't like I contributed less. It was just I made sure that I was taking care of it on my side.
I've never been in a situation before. I don't have any kids. I don't have any baby mamas.
It's a tough one when your nuts are in a jar and a judge is deciding what's going to happen with your life.
And I can only imagine the type of things that the parents end up saying to the kids about each other in those situations.
It's rough.
So now that colors what, the child's perspective of one or both parents,
I remember my daughter would come back and say awful things to me that she obviously heard from other people. And I would just be like, a 3-year-old doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Even though I did take her to a Kelis concert but you live and you learn.
Hey, she left before Milkshake came up.
Yeah. All right. There's all right, we gotta go. There's a ton of people that have fucking something to say on that shit. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
We really struck a chord here.
It's a very human conversation.
This guy said when he became disabled, he had to pay the same amount of child support. Like this is the shit, man. That's fucking rough.
Change. That's definitely got to change.
All right, man. Thanks for everybody who called up. John, Marlon, Steve, T, Justin, Smitty, Jack, Amy. Sorry we couldn't get to you. Stay tuned, y'all, because the John story is coming up next.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 45, we are back. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. John tried out the G cap. This was a big moment for John as well. How long had it been since you actually had been close to a woman, John?
It reached the point where you stopped keeping track. I couldn't even tell you. It's been a while.
Did you feel asexual, like a eunuch?
No, again, you just stop thinking about it over time. Like, oh yeah, I haven't had sex in a while, but and you just don't dwell on it anymore. But you're aware of it.
Now the woman that did you guys sleep together?
There was intercourse.
And she's on the phone?
She is.
Hello?
Hi.
How you doing, dear?
I'm good.
Well, I want to thank you for sleeping with John. She sounds sexy, John.
Oh, she's wonderful. She's very, yes, she's sexy. That's the word.
So how was
we had our fun.
Did you have a nice experience with John?
Oh, yes.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Is he a considerate lover?
Oh, yeah.
Look at you, John.
That's not real. She's being kind.
Are you lying right now? You don't have to be. You don't got to be nice.
No, I'm not lying.
You keeping it 100?
Yeah.
She sounds a little underwhelmed.
Well, I mean,
how long did it last?
Are you asking me or her?
I was asking her, but I got to answer.
She's laughing.
With fucking
I don't want to say.
Oh, see, that's a real answer. That's a real answer.
She doesn't want to say?
Yeah, just me and John's secret.
It's you and John's secret, huh?
Yeah, it was really, really fun.
Well, I appreciate that, but yeah, once
she sounds like the Chiquita banana lady.
Once we got down to it, it happened. I mean, I kind of turned it on mentally. Okay, let's get this going.
Okay, so we got you taped some of this.
I did.
All right, let's play the tape of you trying out the G cap condom. This is the special condom that you tape on the end of your penis so that you can get the full feeling. All right.
Can she hang with us? Ask her if she can hang.
Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, here it is.
All right, Sandra's out of the bathroom. She's sitting on the bed. And so you've used these before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
About 12 times.
12 times. Okay. And so before we start recording, you suggested I take off my clothes. So you want me completely naked?
Yes.
Really?
Please.
Really?
And I do that too.
All right. No, it's fine. It's fine. What? Yes, that's good.
Is it too fun?
No, it's good. It's good. It's fine. All right, hang on a second. Let me just...
God, you're so nervous.
I don't know, do I?
I was a little. I'll be honest. It got in my
She's
head.
unbuttoning my shirt. Thank you for that, Sandra.
Oh, no problem.
And now she is unbuttoning my pants. And I have had some pills given to me. I'm told that it was some sort of alternative to Viagra. There were 3 of them.
How many did you take?
3 pills, though.
3.
What?
You took all 3?
Are you serious?
Well, I hope that's not a bad thing. I said, hey, this isn't going to give me a heart attack, right? And he said, no. No, why?
Well, I don't know about the Viagra much, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. So that's the thing. I should probably take off my socks. It's a little tacky. Here we go. Yoink. What?
Yoink.
What are you looking for?
Want me to pick it up?
Yes, that'd be good. What were you just looking for?
I want to make a little bit down the light.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Some mood. I'm now naked except for a t-shirt, which is a little weird. Right, so now she's peeling off the wrapper. And I think you should hurry if you know what's good for us here. Because I don't know how long I can keep this up. All right, now she has the wrapper off.
Oh. Yeah, this is really easy. So, I just cover right there.
I was a little stunned at this point.
Sorry.
Oh, almost there. All right.
Like a sticker, I just put it on. Make sure everywhere.
All right, it's secure. Things are good. There's another tab or something.
Right, another pilling.
It's quite a
I gotta
process.
tell you, this is pretty weird. Yeah, but in a good way.
This is fun.
Right.
Look at that.
So should I clean up my pubic hair? Oh, give me your honest opinion. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what?
Clean.
Well,
Clean your pubic.
leave it with scissors. I should have gotten some clippers.
Way better than rubber. Look. Just feel like skin.
All right. So then it's sort of then she got down to business fast.
What did she do? Are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Did you fillet him? Did you go down on him with it?
We did everything. We tried different thing, everything. It was really fun, yeah.
Did his penis taste like failure?
She doesn't know what that means, man.
I love it, though.
You liked his penis?
Even though it smelled like failure or something.
How's this? All right, so you went
Good,
down on,
good.
and he was able to maintain an erection?
Yeah. And I really love the G-Cam way better than regular condom rubber. I wish I purchased those when it was on sale. I don't
Look
think
at that
it's
plug.
not on.
Look at that plug. I'm not
I
even.
love it.
Now, how was his penis?
Oh.
Just tell him.
John,
Just tell him.
do you want me to tell them true?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
you're here.
Yes.
Now I actually want to know.
I think about 6-7 inches. I love it. Perfect.
You don't have to get that specific. But
There you go, John. Hey.
I think she needs to check a ruler. That seems a little generous.
There you go, John. I don't believe a fucking thing this woman is saying.
7 inches.
Everything she said so far has been like a blind, just a plug for G-Cap. How long did it last? Did you orgasm?
Me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lies.
I'm gonna put her on everything.
We really had a fun.
She's so full of shit.
No way. There's no way she orgasmed. No way. No way. That is impossible for me to believe.
Yeah, your energy was so nervous, John. Did you keep your T-shirt on while you had sex with her?
No, at some point I did peel it off, but I didn't break that. I didn't mention
You
that.
started off. You penetrated her with your T-shirt on.
No, I didn't. No, before we really got down to it, I took the T-shirt off. I was feeling a little self-conscious with the T-shirt on.
So you were all the way naked.
Yeah.
And she was too.
Oh, yeah.
She has quite a figure.
Yeah.
You have quite the figure. All right, let's hear the after effects.
So the test was a success of sorts, and now I have to take it off. So I now have this piece of plastic wrapped tightly around my penis, and then you want to take it off? Interesting. All right. So and
What a
then
fucking nerd.
The cum is being trapped at the tip, and now she's kneeling before me. And so, what are you about to do?
I got a pill in this thing.
Right.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
Sandra, I think it went well as far as I know. What did you think of this whole episode?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah. Can I see you again?
She want to see you again, John.
I love this thing. Way better than condom, really.
Was there a man outside the door the whole time?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Out in the parking lot.
No, it's just the adhesives. But no, you're not going to hurt me. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's fine. No,
it really hurt.
It's fine. Oh, all right. The dismount's a little intense, but that's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm being a little weak here. No, it's fine. No, I mean okay. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. No, you're fine.
Jesus Christ, John, that's a lot.
The galactic cap is now being removed, and she's being very tender with.
Okay, come out now.
Sorry about that.
It's so fun. No,
it's fun. All right, I choose to believe you. Well, there it is. The galactic cap trial. That's what we have. Success, as far as I can tell. Clapping.
She clapped for you.
She did. She gave it applause.
How, Sandra, what positions did you guys do?
My favorite position was go on top of the guy. Yeah, we did that.
She rode you a bit, John?
Yes,
I thought that'd be the best option.
You only did one position?
That's it. We were just taking care of it. Taking care of business.
You didn't last that long, huh?
No. It was swift.
That's why she wants to see you again.
Maybe. This is nothing.
There was a guy in the parking lot, Sandra. You were afraid that he was. Was John sketchy looking at first? Was that what it was?
Feel free to not mention his name. Feel free to not.
You don't have
mention
to
his
say.
name.
You don't got to say his name. It was just
some guy.
Oh, she got quiet then, didn't she? Don't want to talk about that one, do you? And you said I heard you say you wanted to see John again.
Yeah, I do. Maybe we will.
I don't know.
Well,
no.
Secret.
Yeah.
Secret.
Oh, this one's not okay. You're a very nice woman, Sandra. Very nice woman.
Oh, thank you, John.
See, look at that love connection.
She sounds super fuckable, but I would never fuck after you, John.
That I'm okay with that.
It's like drinking Flint water. I'm just not gonna do it. Just not gonna do it, bro. No way. She sounds adorable though.
No, she's very sweet.
She's got like a voice that like she got molested as a child and it just got stuck. It's like a little baby.
No.
I'll give her this. She's all in all the time. That's a fact.
What does that mean?
I don't know. She was just so into it right away in a way that I was clearly kind of freaked out by the whole thing. But
well, Sandra, I want to thank you. You were a great sport. You really. It had been almost a year since John got some pussy, and you.
Oh my God.
I know.
What? That happens all the time. It happens all the time. Honestly, that's not that. All right, maybe it's a little.
Not the normal people. You got a little swagger about you now, John. You got more color in your face. I swear to God, you look different now that you got some ass.
It could be. It could be. I feel a little feverish afterwards. I think I'm coming down with something.
You think she gave you something? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm just no. By the way, she's fine. But I remember I was coming. I was like, am I feverish? And I thought it was the pills or something. I don't know. But I did take 3.
Yeah, you took 3 fucking giant Cialis, bro.
But they weren't yours. They were given to me by somebody else. I mean, my decision.
Why didn't you take the ones I gave you?
I had them with me, and then I was making very weird decisions yesterday, and that was one of them. I was like, okay, some guy just gave me 3 little pills, and he thinks this is okay. I should take those now. And then I did, and then I felt a little weird afterwards. But they seem to work.
Maybe you guys can have a date, Sandra.
Maybe. Who knows?
She's not going to see you ever again,
No.
John.
Absolutely not.
No. If she is going to cost you, if it does, there's no way she's going to hang out with you on purpose.
Oh God, no. And I accept that. I accept that.
Sandra, I thank you for hopping on that hand grenade called John. And
you're welcome. My pleasure.
Yesterday, and so I'm sitting on my leg now as I often do, and that actually happened on the bed yesterday. And so she's getting on top of me, and
she rode you with your leg crossed backwards,
and I couldn't believe that I was doing that. It's so I'm just so subconscious now. I don't know. It's just strange. I gotta correct that.
All right, Sandra. We're gonna let you go and take some phone calls. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Thank you, Sandra. And if you ever want to come up to the show and sit in with us, you are more than welcome to. I gotta meet. Now I need to meet her. I need to meet the woman behind John's orgasm.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
Let's go to Alex in North Carolina. Alex.
Holy fucking shit, dude. I'm like 15 different shades of uncomfortable right now. Like, I'm so embarrassed. I don't even want to walk in the grocery store, dude. I'm like, what the fuck did you do, John? Do you want me to trim my pubic hairs? Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Holy shit. Oh.
I know. Go back. Just play the beginning of play a little bit of the pre-fuck shit. It's so, John, it's so uncomfortable.
Awkward as a motherfucker.
Oh my God. You're so neurotic, bro.
It's a little more intense than normal, but that's not far from who I really am. I mean, some of those things would have been said in my private life.
This is exactly how I thought you'd be, because this is how you behave in the fucking office. Fucking freaked out and incompetent at the same time. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but in a good way.
This is fun.
Right.
Look at that.
Look
so
at
should I
that.
clean my pubic hair?
Well, give me your honest opinion. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what? Clean. Well, I did that with scissors. I should have gotten some clippers.
Oh, my God, dude.
Keep in mind, she's kneeling in front of me at this point.
You knew you were going to fuck this broad. You didn't even bother to fucking hit it with some clippers?
I meant to.
Oh, my God.
I really meant to.
It's your one shot, dude. Alex, how much did that make you feel fucking weird, man?
Fuck, dude. Like, I'm literally in my truck, dude. I don't want to go in the grocery store and make eye contact with people.
Alex, this wasn't that bad, Alex. Come on. Give it to me. That was not that bad.
John, dude, don't get me wrong, man. I fucking love you, dog. You're fucking family, but Jesus fucking shit, dude.
Hey, is this good?
Okay,
is this good?
okay. She's on her knees now. She's on her knees, and she's touching my zipper. She's zipping down my zipper. It's going down. There's click, 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 click of the zipper. Do you think I should fucking wash my asshole before I fuck you? Gee, what the fuck, man?
Did you wash your asshole before you fucked?
I did. I went to the bathroom and I took the towel and then I did that in the sink.
Gave yourself a little hoe bath.
Oh, little fucking dirt bath. At least you didn't fucking drink doo-doo cum water. Oh, wait, you fucking did.
Yeah, that was a while ago. We've all recovered from that.
Let's go to Steve in Queens. Steve.
Yo, I got a question for John. Well, for both y'all. He should fuck a black girl next with a fat ass and see how he acts.
John, would you be willing to sleep with a black? We should just send you with every different race of woman. It could be the Rainbow Coalition and let you just fuck every different kind of woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Sandra was full of shit, by the way. She didn't give us one fucking honest answer.
No, absolutely not. The moment she talks about her orgasming, then you know that she's lying.
Yeah. Yes, I do it again.
Lying's a strong word.
You need a black girl. That's what you need, a black girl.
Yeah, a black chick will keep a 100 billion zillion with you.
Well, that's bound to happen, and I could take care of it. I could. I will. It's true. It's true.
Let's take care of it.
Look, man.
Yeah, okay, you say that now.
It is.
I gotta look. It's not easy to do that shit with a fucking recorder and record it. And that's not easy. So hats off to you there, John.
Thanks.
I'm glad you got a nut.
It's a little weirder than I expected. That's for sure.
Did you get to see the guy waiting outside for you?
Yeah.
Was he bigger than you?
I could have handled him if I had to. As far as I know. As far as I didn't want to test that theory.
Why didn't you tell him to go fuck off and while you're busy fucking this girl?
Well, I double locked the door.
Champ. There you go. Let's go to BJ in Southside Queens. BJ.
Yo, John, my nigga, sometimes you be playing dumb right now, dog, because you was mad nervous as fuck, my nigga. Like, if that was me, I would have smoked some weed before I went over there, took some alcohol. I would have been relaxed, my nigga. Like, you was panicking like a motherfucker. You family and all, my nigga. I love you, but the next time, dog, smoke some weed, dog. Take a breather. Relax.
Panic's the wrong word, but yes, I was more amped up than normal. I was.
My nigga.
I know. But if I was high, it would have been different. It would have been weird.
Nigga, try a black girl. Try a black girl. Try a Puerto Rican bitch and see how that shit work out for you. And before you do, smoke some weed, dog, and take a deep breather. Count to 10. Because you was panicking way too much. You got
I wasn't panicking. But I was recording. It was weirred.
You're like, hurry up. I'm going to lose it. You better do this. You better put it on now.
Yeah.
It was true. I was losing it when I said that. I said, we got to go.
And
focus.
Don't record that shit either, too, my nigga. Like, that's where you fucked up at. Now you know. It's the first time for everything. Because if that was me, I would have been on chill mode. Some weed, some alcohol. Let the chick do her one, too. Keep it a buck.
And I'm gonna tell you, BJ, he doesn't listen to nothing. I gave him the dick pill that he needed and told him how to do it. And what does he do? Totally ignores me and fucking goes get some other shit and is having a goddamn panic attack, face flush.
Homie. John, understand. Jude is never gonna steer you wrong. I've been listening to Rude Jude and Lord Share for the past 5 to 8 years now since I had this shit. Jude never steered nobody wrong.
I'll be keeping it 1 zillion.
Advice.
Take my
Listen
advice.
to what the fuck would you do? Shit, I think that shit every day. That shit come on.
See,
everything on the eye, my nigga. It's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah, and so if I had been having sex in a different environment, I wouldn't have sounded that intense. There'd have been some kissing and things like that. There would. I like that.
Did you kiss her?
No, I did not.
Everything on the eye, my nigga.
I almost asked her for that, but I said that might be too much. I don't think she'd be into that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's go to Mike in Denver. Mike.
It's weird to have sex without kissing.
Yo, what's good, Jude? Hey, John. As uncomfortable as that shit fucking made me, I just gotta give you some props, bro. I really did not think that shit was gonna happen.
Nor did I. Nor did I.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I can't believe you went all the fucking way. I thought you were just going to walk away with a dry-ass dick.
I had, in my mind, planned for oral, and then that was not happening, so I needed to get it done, and then so she...
But, John, why'd you had to ask her what she thought about your dick?
I did,
Whether
to be
you should
fair.
trim or not?
Oh, yeah, that he asked that.
What?
You asked about your pubes.
Man, that had me crawling out of my fucking skin, John.
It wasn't that bad. She said it was fine.
It was.
She loved it.
It was that bad, bro. Oh,
That lady was straight up lying to you. She's a fucking professional liar.
Yeah.
We all know that.
I agreed. I know that.
When it rains, it fucking pours. So now that you got a little bit of pussy, maybe some more will come down your way.
Tyler in Baltimore. Tyler.
7 inches.
Tyler.
Yo, John.
Tyler.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, cool question, man. The biggest thing I want to know is what makes you so unconfident, man? You already knew you was getting some pussy before you came there, and yet you still fell short and came super nervous.
Well, I mean, again, it was all right. I'll admit I was more nervous than possible, than I normally am. But the truth is, I was there recording it, talking to this lady about what she was doing. It's very strange. It's just very weird. In the middle of the day on a Monday afternoon, I'm doing that.
Some horny goat weed.
It really helps.
Maybe.
It really helps. Danica, what did you think of John?
Oh, don't ask Danica. But I'm going to give you the props on that one. That shit was honestly the best show I listened to.
There it is. Bam. Props. You did it.
Came through.
Danica, what did you think of John?
I think you were very awkward.
If I was a woman, I can't really... My pussy would have dried up just from hearing your
Drier
voice.
than the Sahara Desert.
You know me, Danica. You know me, and that's not that strange. You know me well.
Okay, but you said yoink. Like, get it down to business.
When did I say that?
You said
said
yoink
it.
to the
I heard it.
to the professional.
Oh yeah, I probably did. when I took off my socks or something. That's right. Oh, that's. Oh, thanks.
You said, "Let me take off my socks." Yoink.
I was just waiting for you to say the wheels are in motion.
Yes,
Oh,
they
buddy.
It wasn't that awkward.
You got a picture of her face. She sound cute than a motherfucker.
No, I didn't. Out of respect for, I'm not going to suddenly whip out a camera. Hey, can I take a photo?
Selfie.
Yeah.
You found it?
I think I did.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I don't know about the Viagra much, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. So that's the thing. I should probably take off my socks. It's a little tacky. All right, here we go. Yoink. What? What are you looking for?
Oh, no. That's too bad. That's too bad.
Just one more time. Bring it back one more time.
So that's the thing. I should probably take off my socks. It's a little tacky. All right, here we go. Yoink. What?
That's real. That's authentic. That's too bad. I wish you... Oh, yeah.
I didn't even notice that the first time around. Oh, John. Well, you did it. I don't know, man. We just need to have a GoFundMe just to have you go bang different prostitutes. And here, like, I'd be willing. Yo, I could do this once a month. Just hear you with a different woman of the night.
I don't know if I have that in me. We'll have to figure that out.
All right, man. That was let's go to some music. Shade 45. Shout out to John GCap. Galacticap.com.
Yeah, just search for Galactic Cap. It's the only thing that comes up.
Yep. Yoink. Let's get it.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 45. What up, baby boy? What up, though? You miss any of the show? Did you miss it? Well, I want you to go to Sirius.com/on demand. Listen to the show on demand. What did you miss? Me and Justin Hunt. What else did you miss? John slept with a lady, tried out the G-cap, and fucking taped it. That's worth the price of admission right there. Trust me. I'm not going to give away what happened. Just go listen on demand if you missed any of the show. Sirius.com/on demand. Look for the All Out Show, or you can get it on your app. Listen on demand on your phone. A la carte, buddy boy. All right. News. Fat shaming. More rules to police your speech. In an effort to make people more comfortable with their fatness. Do they got chin shaming, John?
Yes, in certain quarters, yeah.
Don't bring up the moon. Or canoes. Or cowboy boots. Or elf shoes. Or Mac tonight.
When the clock strikes,
don't bring up McDonald's.
Stings. Time to head for golden light.
If you have a friend with a big chin.
It's a good time.
You know what, John?
What's that?
I'm more fucking sensitive to chin. I'm more sensitive to chin shaming than I am to fat shaming.
How so?
Because
sensitive is the wrong word. You're more enthusiastic about it.
No. Like I'm less likely to chin shame than fat shame. Like you can't help that you had some weird pituitary issue that made your chin just keep growing and growing. Like Andre the Giant. Like you had the Andre the Giant disease in your chin. Like you can't help that. There's nothing you could do.
There's nothing I can do.
You can't help like there's too much calcium in your chin and it just keeps getting bigger. The fat shit is like, yo, just cut calories. You know what I mean? Like that is you're not born into that. I mean, some people are probably more inclined to be fat, but like that is not that, you know, that's way more. You can fight fatness way more than you can fight that long face of yours.
But here's the thing. Now I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to believe it. So I posted that over the weekend, and And I was like, damn, my chin's big. I mean, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, you know what? I think he's right. And, of course, the comments reflect that.
V. Fernandez, 23, a chin only a mother can love.
This is why I don't post on Instagram. I mean, it's just a wall of hate.
Yo, but it's just the picture is the perfect combination of no lips and all chin.
Yeah.
It's just, if you had fuller lips, it would take away from how big your chin is. But it doesn't. Like, if you went and hid in a cave, I couldn't find you. I just think you was a stalactite.
Of course. Right.
Just be mad pointy. We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about fat shaming coming up next. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And some guy gets fucked up by a lion. We got the video. I'll describe it. I'm getting pretty good at describing these videos. I should be a video describer. Things don't work out here. That's it. Oh, go follow me. One more Jude, ONEMOREJUDE. Also, I wrote 2 books. Go grab them bitches off of Amazon. And that's all I got to say right now, bitch.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
Facebook recently released a list of content that can get you banned. It's prohibited. And it's rather lengthy, but there's some categories, and I can give you specific examples, but the categories are violence, criminal behavior, safety, objectionable content, hate speech, that kind of thing.
There's a ton of fucking... Isn't that where gang motherfuckers are always getting caught on Facebook?
Sure, some do. Instagram,
Facebook, all that shit.
Their guns and drugs.
Yeah. I got flagged one time for just a plate of a white substance that no one knew what it was. And it was taken by like a famous photographer that was at my house.
But didn't you think that would cause a problem?
Someone was like, it was like flagged, and then I got like a self-harm note. Like, someone's worried that you're involved in self-harm. I'm like, bitch, let me kill myself slowly. Like, fuck you.
So then what happens? The post just disappears one day, and...
I got flagged. Got flagged, got taken down.
What did you have written under there? Look at all my drugs?
No, I just said Easter. I thought the composition was quite nice. It was like this really nice composition.
Well, that certainly falls into the category of drugs. Trying to buy or sell marijuana or other drugs, don't even express any interest in... Well, you know...
I wasn't trying to sell or buy anything. Who said it was drugs? It was just sugar. I was baking cookies. That's how you measure sugar, by cutting into lines.
Uncovered female nipples, that's a big deal for some reason.
Well, that's sexist.
No visible anus or nude close-ups of buttocks are allowed.
No visible anus. I've never seen an anus on Facebook. Just throwing that out there. But I don't be on Facebook that much.
Erections or implied sexual intercourse.
The last shit I heard was that made a bunch of the news was the 2 black ladies that, like Trump, got kicked off of there.
That is such bullshit. That's just total bullshit. They're just doing it for attention. 100%.
They got kicked off.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They got shadow banned.
There was some sort of mistake that occurred, and then the communication wasn't there. And since they're favorites on various channels, it was just exploded, and they ran with it. But it was,
okay. So they didn't get kicked off?
No. It was just some sort of misunderstanding, and they blew it up for attention.
All right, cool. Yeah. Look, man, I've been shadow banned on some bullshit, so I was like, oh, all right. Like, if it could happen to someone, like, they said that they got a note that said that they were dangerous to the community. You're saying that's a lie?
I think something was sent along, but
Okay.
they exaggerated it, and then the company tried to fix it, and they didn't. It wasn't entirely straightforward the way that they were telling the story. There was more to it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I probably should watch CNN for the truth.
Fine.
What does the MSNBC have to say about it? I'm sure they'll straighten it out.
Yeah, they're all over it.
I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward. Whatever. Like, so that
Insensitivity. Your post could get removed from Facebook if you target someone's vulnerabilities.
Oh, I hate this. Who's to say what's a vulnerability?
Oh.
Like me, my speech impediment.
A disease, disability, premature death, making fun of people like that.
That's what's up.
Insensitivity, dismemberment, visible organs, charred or burning people, or victims of cannibalism.
Don't want to see that.
No.
You know what you can do? You can hate white people on there.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think you can.
Come look at my goddamn feed. Come look at my feed. It is fucking. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Subtract this race and put any other race and see how long that stays up there. It's fucking nuts. It's bananas.
But you're not out there reporting people.
No, what the fuck do I care? I just notice it. You don't gotta like me. I'm one of the good ones in their eyes. Never mind my mom or my dad or my cousins or my fucking grandparents. I'm one of the good ones. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm invited to the cookout. Take that invite and shove it up your ass. Go to any cookout I want to. I throw the cookouts.
Also, remove accounts that are under 13 years old. You have to be 13 years old.
That's a good rule, man. Yo, when I do Instagram Live, there's been like, I'll talk to people, and like sometimes if someone's talking shit, I'll put them on just so I can fucking blaze them. And the last time, the very last person I've done that to was like a 10-year-old child.
That's wrong.
Who the fuck knew? He was on there talking a gang of shit, so I click on him. I'm like, you're 10 years old, dude. Go play outside.
I always feel weird when callers, when kids call into the show. I don't really know how to handle that.
See what they got to say. Yeah. How come I had never talked to no kids?
You have. It doesn't happen that often, but we put them on.
You screen them out?
Not really. It depends on like, I want to hear this song. Then no. But if they want to talk to you or something, then we go to it.
So weird. Because it makes me think that no kids are listening. And you got kids calling up.
It's like song requests. But I can even pull it where you talk to a kid.
All right, good.
Not that long ago.
You let me talk to kids because I can straighten them out. I can show them the way. The way is don't be like me. That's the way. You don't want to be a fuck up, do you? Don't be like the J, man.
You want to hear about fat shaming?
Yes. Tell me about fat shaming. I'm sure I'm going to have an opinion.
These are 7 ways that you may be fat shaming your friends without even knowing it. And number 1, excluding people from activities. So let's say you're going out swimming, and you wouldn't want to come along because you're too fat.
Wait, say this one more time. Inviting somebody to go swimming is fat shaming?
Well, no. If you're excluding them, saying, "Well, John would want to come because he's really scrawny and ugly or like fat." I mean, like, okay, John.
Who does that? Who doesn't invite people because of their size? I've never heard of that.
The fat shamers.
Okay, all right. Sometimes I feel like people just make up problems. And by the way, remember I got in that big argument about fucking about the girl that did the whole article on getting molested at Coachella?
Oh yeah, right.
I talked to like 5 or 6 girls that went to Coachella. No problems whatsoever.
It's possible. I was not that
I was like, hey, by
it.
the way, like, did you get no? Did you get no? I was like, perhaps somebody's looking for, someone needs a story to write.
Then she got one.
Was it confirmation bias? And then you got all these other, and then I had a lady was like, then she was like, she confused people hitting on someone with sexual assault. I'm like, you fucking moron.
Yeah, but the guy was poking her in the stomach. Like, hey, your abs are awesome. He's touching her. Shouldn't do that.
Is that rape? Is it rape?
No.
All right, then.
It's personal space.
You're such a bitch, John. That's why you're such a bitch.
Yeah,
it's personal space, and you say, hey, don't touch me, and then you fucking go on with your day. You're not shattered in the goddamn corner because some guy was clumsy when he was hitting on her.
How many
And I guarantee if the fucking dude was her type, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
I kind of like it when women touch me.
Yeah, when women you're into touch you, yeah. And then when someone you're not into touches you, you don't like it.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's kind of how it goes. All right, so fat shaming, not being invited to go swimming.
That's just an example.
Because you might use up all the water in the pool.
No, because you
might fucking get in the pool, all the water will go out, and then no one can swim, and now we just standing here in a fucking open hole together. All right, keep going.
Okay. Deciding what your friends can and cannot eat.
Oh, like, damn, you gonna eat that?
Oof, boy, you want to drop a couple of calories there or something like
My
that.
buddies do that to me, and I'm not even fat. They're like, damn, Jude, you got dessert first? And I'm like, yeah. I want room for dessert. You get dessert first, you always have room for dessert.
That's not normal.
That's what I do.
There's nothing normal about that. I mean,
why are you fat shaming me, bro?
Sorry. You just sit there with a giant piece of cake before dinner?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's my jam. I get dessert first. That's my shit. That's what I'm known for.
Seems antisocial. I don't know.
I feel like that's what the Romans did. And those guys were like, they were badass, bro. Like they fucking fuck people up and help with plumbing. Had heated floors and shit. Like, if it's good enough for them. All right, so, okay, I can see that.
Okay.
Like, damn kid, you gonna eat that?
So if you're around a fat person and you start complaining about your own weight, that can make them feel bad.
Aw.
Well, it's like, oh, I'm so fat today.
So you're not allowed to complain about how you feel about yourself in case there's someone that is bigger than you that. Okay.
Just avoid the topic, it looks
All
like.
right, just don't even bring up anything. Can you refer to your erection as a chubby? Like, oh, I got a chubby. Would that fucking send them into some fucking fat shame spiral?
That sounds questionable.
Can you go to Fat Burger? I'm just asking.
Again, it's dangerous ground.
Can I get a shake? Because fucking fat shakes. I can get a shake. That's a yes. All right.
Complaining that you don't have your friend's curves. I wish I had your curves. My ass is so flat. That would be
So
bad.
that's a compliment is fat shaming.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not allowed to compliment nor criticize yourself.
Just avoid the topic.
What else? Is that it?
A couple more.
Oh, my God.
Leaving them out of pictures. Okay, you just take this one of us. So you have them take the photo, which has happened to me a couple times. And I'll tell you, it kind of stings a little bit. A little bit.
Do they let you in one of the pictures and then be
No,
like, oh.
it happens where I just don't even show up. I was there, but I'm the one snapping away. That is happened.
Do people ask you to do it, or do you volunteer?
It's happened like, hey, John, can you take this photo? I'm like, oh, yeah, I can. But can't we get that other person over there?
If you bought a round every now and again, you wouldn't be treated this way. I'm just telling you. I already know you, man. Show up, hand out, fucking drink all their drinks.
I buy rounds.
No, you don't.
Not recently.
Nah, you thought so. All right, what else?
Finally, suggesting you can't be plus size and beautiful. You're not fat, you're gorgeous. So that one seems strange. And then finally, you should not fat shame others.
Telling someone that's. How do you know if they feel like they're fat or not, too?
Well, the fat people usually know that they're fat, I guess.
I know, but like, isn't it like 80s fat? Like back in the 80s, if you saw someone that was fat in the 80s, they're just normal now. Like in their brain, like how do I know if they even relate as fat? I'm not going to do any of this. I'm just kind of curious.
So for you to say, "Gosh, you have such a pretty face," it's implied that, boy, you're really fat though, but your face is okay. I don't know, man.
I've heard that one before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're so pretty in the face. Too bad for the rest of you.
And as I said, this one's sort of self-explanatory, but you shouldn't fat shame others around the fat people.
Whatever, man. Oh, we're getting so soft. Look, hey, you want to be fat, that's your choice. And if they want to talk about fat, that's their choice. And if you don't like hanging out with them, fucking get new friends. How's that? Instead of having a whole fucking list of rules for me to go by while you overconsume calories.
All right,
You can do this. You can, like, don't police my fucking speech. Like, when I was fat, my friends used to fucking murder me. It wasn't like fat shaming. It was straight up fat jokes. Like, just kill me for being fat. And you know what it did? Made me not want to be a fucking fat ass. First, I ate my feelings for a couple years, and then I fucking was like, I got to get in shape. Like, this is, they can't keep cracking that joke. So I fucking started exercising and stopped eating bullshit and got into shape.
How fat is fat? Someone that you knew back then.
I was 240.
All right, that's up there.
I was 240.
Man, that...
And I'm like 160 right now. So that was what, 80 pounds? I was 80 pounds bigger.
Did the doctor say, boy, you should take care
I
of
didn't
this?
have health insurance, John.
You must have gone to a doctor at some point.
My mom got me the Dick Gregory shake that was for fucking fat people. Dick Gregory had like some shake. She bought it for me twice and I wasn't losing any weight and she stopped doing it. I remember doing that. Like, look, man, you want to be a fucking, you want to eat whatever the fuck you want? Fine. But don't fucking police my language. And you can take a little fat shaming shit and shove it up your ass. Because if you were happy with yourself, then these things really wouldn't affect you now, would they? You wouldn't be so fragile. So maybe that's proof that you're not happy with yourself. Marinate on that for a minute and get back to me. I'm sure I'll get some angry voicemails. You shouldn't. Just be fat, dude. Whatever, man. Buddha was fat. He was cool with it. What else?
This next video is a little intense, but the guy survives. This is this wildlife park owner in South Africa. He was mauled by a lion yesterday in this attack caught on video.
Oh, I saw this shit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw it on Ellis's show. They just played it for me earlier. You can play it for me.
Okay.
Hey, man, this is it, bro. You want to fuck around with lions? Animals are animals, y'all. Just a friendly reminder. This old dude, he's like 65, 70. Oh, the lion's coming after him. Coming after him. Help! Snatched him up, dragged him away.
Somebody help, please! Please get a gun! Jump off! Jump off!
They ain't got no pistols?
Jump off! Oh my God! Shoot!
Shoot that motherfucker. Hey, he's doing that one sound the dog trainer told you to make. She's crying like a motherfucker. I don't blame you. Whoa, buckle.
Get a rifle! Somebody get a rifle, just in case.
Sounds like there is.
Somebody get a rifle.
It's a lot of this.
Someone must have fat shamed her.
Somebody get a rifle! Oh my God! Please!
They killed that
Is anybody
motherfucker?
getting a rifle? Just in case! Please, somebody help him.
So what ended up happening?
Well, he's now in the hospital.
What about the lion? They shoot that motherfucker?
The lion here is, it's believed the lion has been killed in the wake of the attack. I would have to think that's...
That's way more savage than Mrhbee.
Yeah.
Like, he drugged that motherfucker. Like, he snatched his ass up. It looked like he knocked him out. Like, it looked like he shook, like That dude was fucking. He was planking. He was on the ground planking like a motherfucker. Just knocked the fuck out. Hey, man.
Stay away from lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was rushed to the hospital with injuries to his neck and jaw, but he is recovering, and there are photos out there of him smiling in his hospital bed.
You got a photo, or you're just going to tell me about it? Never mind.
It's a guy in a bed with a smile on his face who's got bandages on.
Oh, thanks for telling me. All right, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome, thanks, bro. Look, man, the way I look at it is there's certain jobs, like every job has its own like I'm going deaf because I do this fucking show. Like that's what you sign up for. You want to play with lions? Oh, look at him, he's fine. He's all happy. He's got some gauze. Oh, look where the lion went straight for his neck. It's like they know, bro.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, that guy's like into his 70s, huh?
I think he was like 60-something, 67.
Hey. I'm doing the oh well sign. Animals are fucking animals, dog. Like, animals will fuck you up. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused.
You seem sympathetic to that lady crying. I mean, would you break... I mean, it's hard to say what you would do, but can you...
Yeah, it would be fucked up to watch a loved one get fucked up by a goddamn lion.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's because there's no love in your family. There's no love in there's no love in your household. You probably, if it did it to your father, you probably would have rooted for the lion.
No.
Like, yeah.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Who's the loser now, Dad? Who's the loser now?
If I'm ever attacked by something, please try to help me. Don't just stand there and cry.
I'm not going to go. Yo, if you get attacked by a
walk
lion,
away.
I'm going to fucking... I wouldn't think to film it, but, like, I'm not going to fucking... I'm not going to go in there.
I don't doubt that.
No way. I'll be like, hey, get out of here. Get you. Bad lion. It's like how many people got to get fucked up by lions to like understand that like, hey, it's a fucking wild ass cat, man. Like those things are extra strong, and as much as you think you know them, you don't know them. They're fucking cat. They're animals. Remember the two was a Sigmund and Freud or whatever.
Oh, Siegfried and Roy, right?
Siegfried and Roy. Mangled. Did that guy die?
No, I think he made it.
Yeah, he stopped fucking with tigers after that shit though, huh?
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah. He's got a hamster show now. You don't want to fuck with that shit. That's how it be, man. Hey. Don't fuck with... What did we learn today? Facebook doesn't want to see your asshole. Don't play with lions. And if you're hanging out with fat people, don't say anything because it might trigger them. Literally don't say anything. Walk on eggshells. But don't say walk on eggshells because it'll make them think about breaking eggshells because they're fat.
Do you want a quick happier animal story?
Yeah, give me a happy one.
And now, time for good news.
Okay, there's this raccoon over in Russia. It works at a vet clinic, and it helps dogs calm down. And so I've got a video here. Not a lot of audio, but this raccoon just screwing around with these dogs.
So he just goes and helps dogs chill out?
I don't view these as docile creatures at all. But there's that weird music, but...
No, he's playing with them. He's just kind of hugging the dogs.
I wouldn't let my dog...
They're chilling, man. They're all buddies.
Yeah, but you just got finished saying these are wild animals. Have you ever come across a raccoon out in the streets in L.A.? They're not friendly.
And they're smart as fuck, too, man. Like, they know how to open up doors. Like, them raccoons are fucking crazy smart. I saw a documentary on them. It was kind of a shitty documentary because it was Canadian and super dry. But it was like they're living in the raccoons in Toronto are figuring out city life and becoming more intelligent. Like they've adapted to their surroundings and like they're fucking smart as shit.
Yeah,
they can get into anything.
I met eyes with one the other night, and he said that look about him, try me, just come at me.
My homeboy used to stay over off of Hobart, in like Santa Monica over in that area. And there's a hostro, so there's a bunch of hookers over there. And he would tell me he would drive by late at night, and it'd be like 3 hookers on one corner, and then just a raccoon posted up on the other corner like a pimp.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think they were paying him, but he was just there.
Just chilling.
Next. All right. That was good news. Thanks, John. Thanks for showing me that cuddly little raccoon. Hugging dogs, chilling them out. Bam. That wasn't news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 4/5. That was a show. I want to thank Justin Hunt. I want to thank that woman that slept with you. I want to thank you for sleeping with that lady-ish. And I want to thank Danica, Chris, Alex, Keenan, Jordan on the camera, and Justin Hunt, the company man on everything. Follow him. There it goes. Bye-bye.